Welcome to the next level. I am Jack Smirking Revenge here as always with BLOXcon and our special guest today, Chief Justice.
Once again, two in a row.
Two in a row.
Can't stay away.
Who would have thought? And so as always, we're going to be hanging out, playing games for like the next hour or so, and you know.
Hey guys, whoa, okay guys. Hey, I know I don't usually come in on Saturday, but I got an idea.
Where did you come from?
What? I just stopping in. I want you guys to stop this and go 6 hours straight virtual BLOXcon. Figure it out, 6 hours all day.
Right now?
Go! Let's go!
Okay.
All right. Who is anybody here?
Who are we gonna call on a Saturday? Who wants? Oh no.
You know what? Give us a few minutes and we'll be back.
Where did Dave go?
And we're back. Welcome to the next. Oh no, not the next. Welcome to virtual BLOXcon.
Woo! Woo!
So, yeah.
Got an audience here. Filling out all the stuff.
30 seconds. We actually pulled in most of the company, so we're that good. So welcome. We're really psyched. Sorry. Really?
Got it. I know. We've been doing a lot these past couple days.
So we're really excited. I'm here with Jack Smirking Revenge, BLOXcon. I'm Chief Justice. We've got a lot of people here today to join you, take your questions, do a lot of other things. So first of all, do you want to do a rundown on the agenda? We'll talk about what you're going to see. We're going to be on for like the next 6 hours.
Yeah,
we have never gone on for 6 hours.
I don't think so.
There are going to be, if you stay with us, you can track the bags under our eyes form in real time. So by the end of it, you'll actually be able to see how exhausted we are. And we're doing it for you. All right?
Woo. All for you.
Yeah, can I have a copy of the agenda?
Yeah,
There's so much stuff here that I think I know it by heart, but just to be sure. So we've got a lot of stuff. We have 2 types of awards shows. They're going to be happening throughout the day in pieces because there are so many awards to give away. And we want to keep it interesting. So we've got video awards, those are the Bloxies, 3 segments throughout the day. We've got Hall of Fame awards, those are building and developing awards that were voted by the community. Again, 3 segments worth of those. We've got 3 Twitch streaming challenges where you play games and stream your gameplay to Twitch.
These are going to be good ones, and there's 3 of them.
3 of them. So there's going to be a lot to do there if you want to get in on the action and do some streaming yourself. We want to keep Roblox up near the top of Twitch, if not at the top, throughout the day, and you guys can all help by getting in the action and doing your own game streamings.
And hitting that subscribe button, which is right over by Andrew's foot.
The follow button, as usual, down there. Maybe a little over there today. We have a slightly different angle. Yeah. And then we've got a lot of other cool stuff on top of that. Some of the big things, 2 Q&A sessions. So this is your opportunity to ask the Roblox staff whatever you want to. You can submit them via the Twitch chat, and we recommend you start submitting your questions now because the first one is in about 10 minutes. You can submit them on Twitter using the Roblox hashtag, and you can submit them in the special virtual BLOXcon forum on Roblox.com.
And real quick, just to interject, we want to encourage you early on, if you want to participate in any of the contests that we're going to be doing, they're going to be happening exclusively on our Roblox Twitch channel, which means that you're going to need a Twitch account. They're completely free to make, but we are going to have a contest a little bit later where we're going to be asking you guys questions that you can answer to win some exclusive Roblox gear. So if you want to participate, please, please, please head over to Twitch, create an account, hop in the chat, and talk with us.
That's how you win the prizes.
Yeah.
And you want the prizes.
You want all
we have quite
the
a few.
prizes.
That'll be a little later in the day. We've also got 2 segments where we're going to show you stuff that you've probably never seen before, and these are all really cool features that are coming up in the relatively near future. And we have a staff face-off of sorts, where we're going to get some members of the Roblox team to go head to head in a competitive matchup. So
we're not going to tell you what game it is, but you could probably guess. So
maybe.
Yeah.
But there's no prize for guessing though.
There is no prize for guessing,
yeah.
but if you want to guess, you can. They are going to be playing a game that has to do with Roblox, maybe a little bit. And
all of our games have to do with Roblox.
All right, well, there's a burn. I don't know what to say to that.
Would you like some, can I get you some aloe?
Yeah, for the burn. Yeah. There it is.
So, also worth noting today, June 21st, it is the first day of summer. And hey, it's the first day of summer.
Yeah!
Yeah! And what better way to spend the first day of summer than indoors with us on your computer?
all day, all night.
Yes, and so as if virtual BLOXcon were not enough, just about 12 hours from now, we're going to start our Midsummer Night Sale, and that's going to go for about 6 hours as well. So that starts at 9 p.m. Pacific. A lot of cool stuff coming out, multiple items probably every hour until 3 a.m. Pacific.
Midnight Dominus. Sorry. I'm just really excited about that.
So, couple of other things to note. First of all, you'll want to get ready for the sale later today. A way to get ready is actually, if you buy BC or any kind of Robux today, we've got a really cool virtual BLOXcon top hat that you will receive as a special virtual item. ScreenMe's going to kick that up on the screen right now. There it is. It is gorgeous. So we will, anybody who buys it anytime today, it's not just during virtual BLOXcon, anytime during Saturday, if you buy BC or Robux, you're going to get that hat early next week, because then we've got to go back and see who bought it.
We actually have to do the stuff that gives to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, during virtual BLOXcon, we're going to be releasing some special items. They're going to look like gift boxes. We're not going to tell you what's in them, but you want to check those out as they appear in the catalog. So lots of stuff going on. Big day. We're already exhausted.
I think I got one more thing too before we continue. Is there is also a second stage that will be happening a bit later in the day. Yeah. How did we possibly forget about that? There's a second stage where you can access exclusive content. We've got all sorts of really exciting stuff. Jack in the Blocks and I took the most in-depth office tour you will ever see, where we talked to literally everybody who would get on camera. We've got developer interviews. We've got interviews with staff. We've got all sorts of really cool
Let's Play segment, which was really cool.
Let's Play segment. Me and Jack in the Block sit down. We play a very popular game that recently surfaced. I'm not going to tell you what it was because I'm not going to ruin it. But if you want to access the second stage, make sure to check out our main BLOXcon page. All of the links are there, and you can go over and watch that content, which starts, I believe, at 11.
And that's 11 Pacific, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. And just to reiterate, that page where you find both channels and the gameplay stage is roblox.com/BLOXcon.
Yeah. And on that page, there's actually, at the bottom, there's actually yet another stage. Where you will find 9 games that you can play. And if you go into those games, you're going to find Roblox staff playing those games. They're in there right now. They started just a few minutes ago. So you want to get in and play some popular games with Roblox staff, that's the place to go.
They're going to be there all day, every day, except just for today.
That's right.
Alan
logic.
So 3 stages, main stage, live stream right here. Second stage starting at 11 a.m. Pacific, just a little less than 2 hours from now. Third stage, gameplay stage. Get in there, play Roblox games with Roblox staff. Again, almost too much stuff going on, which is why we're going for like 6 hours. So we're going to take a very brief break, and then we're going to be back with Stickmaster Luke, who's going to introduce our hackathon. So we'll be back shortly. Strap yourselves in. Make sure that the shades are drawn, your headphones are on, you're there with your laptop. It's the first day of summer.
Welcome to BLOXcon!
Yeah!
Welcome to BLOXcon 2014. I am Jack Smirking Revenge. I am here with Blockhawk and Stickmaster Luke. To kick things off, we're going to talk a bit about the hackathon and also a bit about the fact that we are indeed from the future. And just watched the credits and noticed that it said 2104.
Ooh.
So that's an Easter egg for you.
Awesome.
We did that on purpose. The future is awesome.
Yeah.
Should we tell them a bit about it, or are we not gonna? What's it like in 2104?
It's just awesome.
Yeah, it is just so.
What more is there to say?
It is awesome possum.
Yeah.
On a
that
blossom.
too. Okay, so
All right.
we're back with Stickmaster Luke now. We're going to talk quickly about the 2014 Hackathon. Now this is located at roblox.com/BLOXcon in the lower corner of the gameplay stage. You'll see a little graphic saying Hackathon. So the Hackathon is sort of a tough building and scripting challenge for our community of developers. It's kind of an opportunity for you to show off like how good you are at either of those things and how quickly you can work and sort of meet these requirements of the challenge. So this is kind of kicking off really soon.
These are going to be time challenges, correct?
It's time.
Yeah.
So what you're going to have to do is make your submission by 1 p.m. this afternoon. So that gives you 4 hours. It's 1 p.m. Pacific time.
4 hours from now, for wherever you are in the world, 4 hours from right now is the time that you have to complete your hackathon challenge.
So Luke's going to explain what the challenge is. Just to start, what you're going to do is essentially create a Roblox place that meets the requirements that Luke explains. And once you've done that and you think you've done all of the components of it successfully, you have to publish your Roblox place to Roblox and then send us the link to it along with your username. You send us your submission. You send your submission to hackathon@roblox.com. Link to your place, your username, and first 5 winners get a gold scroll. Next 5 get a silver, and everyone who puts in a good effort on this gets a bronze scroll as a prize. Those are virtual items. So. That's kind of how it works. Do you want to talk about the challenge?
Yeah.
I thought I had it here, but apparently
no, it's all right.
Okay.
The instructions. Here's what you need to know. Or what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making a game, and this game has to have a tool, and this tool is to place blocks. Now, this was devised by Sorkus himself, so it's a little bit confusing, but
it has to be if it's Sorkus.
Of course, it's a lot of scripting, by the way. So what you're going to want to do is when you place this block, it needs to be a 4x4x4, tall, wide, deep, and then when you place it, it needs to be ambiguously colored based on any method you like, so maybe depending on adjacent cells. But you place it, it's an ambiguous color, and then also if you place it, any other cells next to it, any other blocks next to it also need to change color depending on it. And so what happens is when you place a block onto assembly, the entire assembly will change colors based on any method you like. It just the pattern needs to change every time you place a block on the assembly. So you do that, and then also it needs to include placing of ball shapes and cylinder shapes.
We say spheres here.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Sphere shapes.
We don't, okay. So sphere shapes and cylinder shapes. The sphere shapes should invert the color of the cells around it, of the blocks around it, and the cylinder shapes should lock the color. So you place it and it locks the color of the ones around it.
And just let me say right now, if you're confused, good!
Yeah, step 1 in the hackathon will be figuring out what the heck we want you to do, and the last step should be making something cool with your hackathon tool.
Yeah, so we're going to be publishing shortly an actual written description of what the challenge is, and that'll be linked from roblox.com/BLOXcon. That's going to go up really shortly.
His beard's going to do it from here.
I wish it actually could, but I'm having trouble making the connection because we got all this video equipment in the way.
We got all these people here. It's
throwing off
crazy.
my signal. So that's the hackathon. It's going to be published shortly, so you can figure out what to do and
read the written instructions.
We'll see how you guys do, depending on what we get in. We'll hopefully be announcing the winners later today, but there's going to be probably a bunch coming in, so we'll do our best to sift through them and find the people who really kind of came the closest to succeeding. So that's the hackathon. That's going to wrap it up for this segment, and starting up right after this, really shortly, is the first Q&A session. So if you haven't already started submitting your questions, do so.
Twitch. Twitter.
You can do so with the Twitch chat, #Roblox on Twitter, or the virtual BLOXcon forum on Roblox.com. And we'll be right back.
Good luck.
See you in a bit.
And we are back. It is our first Q&A session. We got 2 today. I'm Chief Justice. I'm here with David Baszucki, our fearless leader and CEO, and the person who commanded us today to
get this show on the road, guys.
Right.
Okay. Thanks for coming in, Simon.
Sure.
Last minute, Bill. Thanks.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep. And we're also here with Simon, Jem Locker,
Hey.
and Bill. I don't think Bill's been on before. Bill is our new Chief Product Officer. And what's your username?
BLOXcon.
BLOXcon. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we've got a bunch of questions that have poured in. Again, we will remind you once again, put your questions into the forums on Roblox.com, in the Twitch chat, or on Twitter. Make sure that you include #Roblox. And let's take it away.
Okay, I was reading the questions this morning as they've been flowing in. These are the best questions. Every time we do this, the questions get better. These are solid. I'm really excited to go through these. I'm going to kick it right off. This is kind of half Brad, half Simon. This is from Lord of Crips. Okay, Roblox. Will we ever have a feature where we connect our YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch to Roblox? So, you know, we already have published video kind of thing. I think Twitch is the interesting thing. I'm going to let Brad talk real quickly just on the marketing side, and then Simon talk a little on the tech side.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, here we are on Twitch. It's been huge for us. One of the things that we're looking at very seriously right now is making it even easier for you guys to stream your Roblox gameplay on Twitch. There are other games that actually they have like a one button, click it and stream. We can do that, and we're looking at doing that, and we hope that we can bring that to you perhaps later this year.
Simon, any technical comments on that?
This is totally possible. Like, you know, we just need to get on and do this, right?
Yeah,
like
okay.
Yeah.
It would be nice to use the camera on your computer to even add an embedded, you know, self photo if we did that. Okay, going over to Bill. Bill, this is from II Shadow Thief, and he wants to discuss voice versus text chat. What's your vibe on voice chat?
So voice chat makes a lot of sense, and we're playing with the idea of doing it on mobile. Obviously, form factor there would lend something like that, and stuff like Siri suggests it's interesting. We do see it in some games. I think one of the big questions we have is to get a technology that's super smooth, super easy for people to use, and
okay,
that would be it.
Yeah.
So sorry for the distraction. Our producer is holding up an incredibly large Twitch number, and we just got excited by seeing it. Sorry, we just hopped out of it. Okay, from Tall Espanol, Roblox, what physics update do you plan? Simon and I are going to go for this. Near and dear to our hearts, you know, Roblox, everything's physically simulated. I'm going to go first. I mean, my update, the things I would like to see is full saturation of parallelism on 8 core boxes, obviously. We are looking at ways to really make great mechanical vehicles. We've been talking about that for a while. We still want to do that. Simon, anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, a couple of things. So please stay tuned for more BLOXcon. Don't want to ruin the surprise, but something really huge related to physics is coming in. So please watch the BLOXcon, because that's going to be awesome. The other thing that I'm really looking forward to, it's kind of related to physics, is a lot of characters in Roblox, like a lot of the moving objects, and you know, we want to get to the games that have hundreds and hundreds different moving objects. It could be characters, it could be NPCs or monsters or something like this. So that I think is really exciting. Okay,
awesome. Okay, this is an awesome one. This is from John 464646. Idea for Roblox. I think the idea, you know, I'm just going to chime in. I think the idea for Roblox is somewhat universal, and that is just taking the kind of the physical world, putting it on the computer, making it easy to create and consume that. I think we all have our visions of where kind of simulated 3D is going to go. You know, you see it in the movies, you see it in the books. We're really just getting started, and I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, Bill, Zach says, can you ever buy stuff with points?
No.
Thank you. Okay, next question. Great.
We don't want you to. It's not.
Points are not a currency.
It's a score, not a currency.
Okay, I like those quick answers like this. Okay, this is for Simon. This is from Grand Hunter Man. Solid question. New materials in Roblox, tin roofing, better fabric, or user-created materials?
Oh, nice. Very good. So, again, please stick around. There's going to be some update related to this. And in general, we're kind of feeling that Roblox is this kind of, as Dave said, a physically simulated part of the world. So we're looking to add more and more meaning to materials. Like right now, material is mostly about rendering. It affects how the buoyancy works in the water. But we're looking to kind of make every material very distinct, behaving physically appropriately, so that, you know, when you see something, you immediately know which material that is and how it works, what to expect, so that it all feels real to you. User-generated materials is a very interesting topic, and it gets to a lot of the technical implications. Just to give you like a short glimpse of it. The things about Roblox is we got to run on all kind of hardware. We're starting with like iPad to very high-end PC, and every material and everything that we make has to be super scalable across all of this variety. And this is always the thing is like what kind of controls, what kind of things we can give to users that give them a lot of freedom and at the same time make Roblox work everywhere. So we have not figured out like the perfect way to do this with user-generated materials, but like I think we're slowly getting there. Like everything we do on materials gets us like a little closer to this goal.
Yeah, we'll be there when you touch a metal wall and your character gets electrocuted because the wall conducts electricity. Definitely. So that's where we need to be. Okay, Brad, this one goes near and dear to our hearts. It's from Equidex. Selling models, yes, no, when?
Yes, no date yet. We're working on that. I think we've talked about this before. The trick with selling models is to do so in a way that rewards the creators of the models appropriately and also minimizes the opportunity for somebody to pirate those models.
Yeah, so we say it at every BLOXcon that one of the visions of Roblox is we'll know we've made it fairly far along. When you go to buy a bulldozer on Roblox, you see 100 super high quality bulldozers, just like if you're going to the toy store or to the lot that sells them. They are all functional. You can take them apart. They've got embedded GUIs. They've got great hop into drive. So you can see where we're going to go with that. I think the one thing we would say on selling models is we're not going to go the DRM route. You know, we don't want to bog down complex tech. We're going to figure out a social way to do it. So keep your eyes open. This is from Zytrus RBLX. Who has the best hair? I think Simon does. Okay, next question. I think he or she was actually referring to on Roblox. I think that's, you know, I don't think we know that.
It's like, you know, the memory of John's hair is still with us.
Yeah, John has good hair. Byrokin. I'm going to send this one both technically to Simon, marketing to Bill Mooney. Will Roblox ever be on Xbox or PlayStation? Let's start with the tech.
All right.
Easy or hard?
All right. So tech-wise, it's very, very doable. Like we managed to put Roblox on the tablet and on the phone, and this is much more constrained environment than the modern consoles like Xbox One and PS4. The interesting part of this is, of course, that the worlds are made by users, and that has a lot of interesting implications. But I think Bill. Yeah.
Is there anything people should we hint at anything today for our show or not really?
Again, you'll want to tune in again later.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go
later, and we'll have some cool stuff.
Let's go to Bill on what are the kind of things we'd have to work out with Microsoft and Sony?
So the big thing that people need to understand with those consoles is they have much tighter control. And one of the #1 concerns we have is to make sure that your stuff gets seen and that you can update your stuff. That's really the relationship that we'd have to work out, because typically console stuff updates on a 2 to 4 week cycle, even the online stuff, and that's too slow for us. We have had very early conversations. We'll see.
Okay, awesome. Draco II going super strategic CEO, board of directors level. Obviously the site has seen major changes in the last year, but what might we see between now and Virtual BLOXcon 2015? Kind of 1 year product roadmap. We're gonna zero in on a couple things. Character bodies. I'm gonna give some hints that we are going deep on the characters. Most of Roblox is user generated, so I think without making any product announcements, I would say personally my direction would be we'd like our users to participate in that without saying we're going to do it. I think we want our characters to have that same user generated feeling that the rest of Roblox has. Simon, what's up for Studio in the next year that we can talk about?
Oh, that's a lot of things. So it's kind of my feeling is like this year, the 2014 for us is the year of a developer. It's like where we focus and zero in and allow people to make great games. And there's a lot of stuff for us to do. I think there's like we shipped a lot of very interesting and cool stuff, and there's way things. Like one thing that I kind of want to talk about that I think is like people are responsive to is we want to make collaborative development easy on Roblox. This means when game is made not just by one person but by a lot of people, we want to be able to kind of expose them as studio or as a group, and each of them have their roles, and essentially make it easy and make it fun to make a game together. I think that's one of the huge things we're looking at in the future.
Okay, the other thing Draco's asking about is Android. Bill, any?
You guys are asking for a bunch of fun stuff. Come back at 11:15 because we have some cool stuff to show you, including several things we've already just been talking about.
Solid answer, Bill. Okay, really delivering on that one. This is from Nate J89. Will there be uploadable meshes soon? I'm going to answer this one. We talk a lot about this one. And we talk about the idea that ultimately we would like everything in Roblox to have physical properties. And so I think you're going to love what you see today. It's not going to be uploadable meshes, but we actually think it's more exciting and more true to Roblox. Enough said on that. Stay tuned. What time on that?
That one is Simon's section.
12:05.
12:05?
Okay.
12:05.
Will there be a Roblox Summer Games event? Brad, Christina, what can we say?
We're going to have more to say at the end of Virtual BLOXcon about actually all of the events for the rest of this year. We're going to be putting on an event every single month, and there is something in July. I won't say it's a Summer Games like we did the Winter Games. There's some similarities, but there's a lot of new fun stuff in there as well.
Okay, awesome. And that was from Wanting Blob, and the mesh question was from Nate J89. These are awesome questions. Keep it coming. Another awesome Android question. We've already asked that. Oh, Pro Soccer 12345. Happy birthday. Okay, you got that. Okay. When will the release of the CSG modeler occur? This is from Modified Blocks. Like, the username actually matches the question.
Very nice.
Simon,
Simon, just so you guys know.
Simon, when are we shipping it?
It's like one of the people working on it.
Or have we even announced it?
So let's put this on later.
12:05.
But like
Ooh,
soon.
Dogra has actually, if we were to ship an Android product, has named it AndroBlocks. Simon,
sounds like a steroid.
Simon, any feedback on graphic options? Dogra wants low detail for performance. Maybe just a little insight on Frame Rate Manager and what's actually happening there.
So, sure. So, as I said, we're running on a lot of hardware with a lot of different things our awesome users made, and like controlling the performance and figuring out how to run interactively with a great frame rate is a huge technical problem for us. And I think we solved it really well over the last years. We have the system called Frame Rate Manager that, depending on the power of your machine, adjusts the quality settings. And it tries to do automatically. It currently tries to put you around 60 to 30 FPS and really kind of get into in this interval. But if you really want to like get all of the performance you want at the expense of quality, you can always click Escape, go into game settings, and you'll see slider. Usually it's set on auto, but you can uncheck this and move it all the way from ultimate performance to ultimate quality, or anything in between that works better for you. we're trying to do this automatically, and 90% of users never touch this, and it just works. But if you want more control, it's always there for you.
Yeah, when we come back, actually, I'm seeing Vince right over there. We'll give you some updates on settings for mobile devices as well, because I think we're actually digging into that right now. Keeping it going, will you ever make more group features? This is from Idomarius. Bill,
Yes.
What would you like to do better with groups?
So I would say there are 3 big things that we need to do to make groups better. Obviously, we care about them. We've been doing stuff on clans. First thing we need to do is just make them easier to use and organize. Second, you've seen us start to go some places with clans about sort of deepening functionality for certain areas, and the way we'll do it is through groups as a whole, so a lot of that functionality will pour to other purposes. And then third, we've had a lot of discussion, which we're not decided on completely, about giving sort of deeper functionality for groups to interact in an organized way with each other more directly. Stay tuned.
Okay, this is a real technical question from Zytrix RBLX, and that is, can any of you guys do a backflip? So I can, and I can do a one-handed handstand and many one-handed pull-ups. How about you guys?
Okay, so
in a pool.
we need to see a video or live.
Physically or virtually?
Only in Roblox. Sorry, I should have added that part.
Oh.
Okay, dang it. Okay, let's keep it going. Simon, this is from ThetaCon.
Okay.
Every single BLOXcon, you guys say 100 players. Why isn't it here yet?
Turns out it's really, really hard. One thing that I want to mention is...
Well, can I just mention that I was in a product meeting that said it is here?
So we're doing some early testing on that. So like some people already, like we're playing with like some real games in production with 100 players.
Okay.
And if you look at the number of players we allow to everyone over like last year, it's always growing. So the 100 part is kind of the ultimate holy grail where,
nice.
We're almost there.
Okay, awesome. Bill, how long till native Linux Roblox? This is coming from Mark Sill.
Never. No, I don't know. It's not a focus for us right now. It depends. It's all a question of how many people are using it. You'll hear me talk about it more. A lot of our heavy focus is on improving core experience and also particularly on the mobile devices.
Okay, we are cranking through these questions. I'm letting our Roblox staff know I'm cruising through them. We may actually need more because we're just jamming on this. Okay. Brad, this is from Joe Man 1 with a lot of zeros 9. Free trial for BC, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No,
Sorry.
BC is, that's not the kind of thing that it's easy to provide a free trial for. The price point to buy 1 month of BC is pretty low, so that in itself it's not a free trial, but it's a pretty affordable one.
Okay, my thing just lit up with a million new questions. We're good. Wow. Okay. Great one. DJ Caddy Z22. How long did Roblox take to make? Super long. Well, pretty long. We've been live for 6 years plus now. We've got almost 80 people in the company, of which most of them are engineers. And when you think about what Roblox is, the depth of the tech stack is pretty complicated. I mean, we got a client running on 4 machines now. We've got backend, web, cloud, blue. It's a fairly complex thing. So, and it's going to keep getting better.
Not to mention all the awesome stuff that you guys have made, as we're well over, I don't know, tens of millions of
Oh,
views?
yeah. Oh, I like this. This is from a user, first name Jerk, and that is Breaking Bad or Walking Dead. What do you like more? We're going to go around the group for those of you that have seen both.
I'll go first. Breaking Bad.
Second,
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
I'm literally thinking about buying a new car, and I'm thinking black Chrysler 300. Breaking Bad. Okay.
Nice. I have an Aztec, just saying.
Okay, nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. This is from Commandante Spud. Did you ever expect Roblox to grow this big? Do you have any future ideas for Roblox players? So I'll start with the big, and then we're going to go around with one future idea from each one. So I would say yes, and I think we are at the tip of the iceberg. I think the future for Roblox is as big as, you know, big markets like construction toys, the whole gaming thing, the whole maker thing. I think Roblox has elements of these. So, you know, we're pushing over 4 million players every month on Roblox right now. I think we have a long way to go. Personal big directions for Roblox, starting with Bill.
I want you to be able to play with your friends better.
Okay.
Find them, play them, chat with them.
Brad.
Agreed. More social, playing with your friends, working with your friends in studio, seeing the creation of like little game studios of people creating and putting out really great games as a group.
Simon.
Awesome. My big one is non-competitive gameplay. Like a lot of the games Roblox is like player competing with each other, and that's the point of a game. I think they're like I would like to see more games where you work together to like defend something.
Can you talk about this really? Oh, you're not allowed to talk about that right now.
Well, I'll talk about it a little later.
Okay, because it does relate to us working together against something.
Absolutely, yeah. We like Roblox as a platform and a company. We should make it easier to do big games like this.
By the way, Sorkus is building Unicorn Kitty Hug, so look for it tomorrow.
Okay, nice. This is from Master Mobard. Simon, what's your vibe on more brick colors? Like, you know, could we go RGB? Are we getting a compression benefit with having 64? What's up with that?
That is really interesting. So one of the benefits that we're getting with like we have a palette of 64 colors is when things go over the network and over the wire, we're able to compress this much better than like the full variety of colors. It's like you can say it's like 5 times better or something like that, and that's pretty important. That's like, you know, that's the property every brick has. But in the future, there's always things we can do more efficiently. We can maybe give you a palette, or you know, you can still use 64 colors in your game, but you decide what those colors are, or something like this. So it's like, yeah, we're thinking about it.
Okay, great. Let's keep it going. This is from Raining Ponies. New animations. Bill, maybe go tactical, and then I'll go, you know, some big picture stuff.
Sure. So, a couple things. First of all, we are planning on letting people trade animations. That's something that we're discussing. It should happen soon. We'll stay tuned, and we may update more specifically in the next couple weeks. On sort of the big picture, we have a system, and there is the deeper question of how do we make it better and easier to use. And then I think Dave will talk about sort of the strategic level of it, but the short answer is we have people working on it very actively who have been doing so for a couple months, and I do expect meaningful changes in the next couple months.
Yeah, I think there's an opportunity for a vibrant market of what's my walk cycle, what's right. How do I jump, all of that. That should all be user created and for sale. So.
Yeah, and our system actually allows you to make animations. A lot of the work has been making tools to make it much easier to make it polished, because animations are something, it's really, a lot of it is loving care and people being able to make all these tiny tweaks and get feedback quickly.
Okay, jump in.
Little thing. So one other thing is, as Bill said, better tools to creating animations. So the interesting thing is our current animation editor is done as a plugin, meaning that it's something that anyone could do. It's not something that only Roblox could do. So I would kind of propose a challenge to our audience. If, you know, animations are super important, if you can figure out a way that to make it much easier and, you know, kind of much more expressive and much better animations, we'd be happy to include that, you know, in studio as well for everyone. So please try it.
One other thing just to throw out, because people ask about it all the time, is obviously it's a priority to make sure that stuff that's working keeps working. So no, we won't 100% promise, but we do care about that and try to serve that very carefully.
Okay, Game Lover 224, nicely kind of foreshadowing question. Brad, Kindle, Fire, what's up with that?
Once again, I think you're going to want to tune in later. The good thing is all these questions that are coming in before our next Q&A, we're going to actually have 2 product segments where you're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming up. Make sure you watch those and then ask your questions. But I think if you're asking about Kindle Fire, you're going to like what we've got to show you.
So, really like this.
And by the way, we really didn't write these questions except Simon's one feeder question.
Okay, we're going to go back to physics from Rainbow Flip. Rope physics.
All right, rope physics. Dave, do you want to comment on that?
Working on it. We know we need it.
Really
We've made some great bridges and stuff. I would add, not just do we have some awesome technical physics engineers, but if any of your mom or dads or nephews or nieces or cousins are 21 or older or 18 and older and happen to be into physics simulation and coding, send me an email because we're looking for great talent. Okay, is that okay?
Who have a computer science degree, who are working programmers.
Is it okay
Do not
to
send us the
recruit
G, I'd
on
love to
virtual
work here.
BLOXcon, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so we're recruiting on virtual BLOXcon.
Nice.
Great. Okay, we're going to go marketing and tech. We're going to first go with marketing on this, and then Simon on this. Surface GUIs, one of my pet features, and if we look now in a lot of top games, moving our user interface from the 2D plane in-game is very exciting to me. I love them, and a lot of people are taking advantage of them. What about playing video on surfaces in-game, in addition just to our UI elements? Bill, quick marketing spin, Simon, tech spin.
Yes. We like the idea. There are a couple different reasons, some for us, some for you guys. I think from a technical standpoint, it's something that's very much in the pipe, right, Simon?
So from a technical, it's certainly not an easy feature. It's not just implementation, but the whole video processing, downloading, putting on like a screen in 3D is like significant amount of performance and like cycles that should go into that. Another thing we need to think about, of course, is every platform, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not just PC or Mac. There's like a lot of horsepower to do this. Tablet could be more challenging. So we need to like take all of this in consideration. Having said that, I think it's absolutely possible. We can tweak the quality. We can, we have there a lot of like wiggle room to figure out what it is. And so the interesting thing for me would be, how do you guys want to use it? Like, what kind of stuff do you want to do there? Like, do you want to do like kind of ads or advertisement? Do you want like TV screens that like just repeatedly
movie theaters,
do stuff like that? Yeah.
Animated signs like you might see when you go to the airport.
Right.
Stuff like that.
It'd be really interesting to know.
Times Square full of live billboards.
Right.
I mean, we know that a lot of you are doing really great stuff already with video, and I'm not talking about Twitch streaming your game, but actually, we've got the Bloxy Awards. People are creating, machinima, really great short films. Would be great to have, a movie theater where you can show off your work.
Like for example, if you want to show a short clip that you can kind of upload to Roblox, that's one thing. If you want to really like stream a YouTube video on the surface, that's a whole different story. So depending on what kind of use we'll think about this.
Propose use cases to us, because we definitely envision some parts of it, and basically the cooler ideas you guys propose to us, the higher it gets prioritized from us, because the gameplay part is the part that we're still sort of thinking through.
Okay, this is from Ghostwalker RBLX. What time tonight on the midnight sale, Brad?
9 p.m. Pacific.
Midnight.
So that will be midnight. If you are on the East Coast, it will be 5 a.m. I believe if you are in the UK, and it's going to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon if you're in Australia. So congratulations, Australia people! You don't even have to stay up all night.
Okay, this is kind of halfway between Surface GUIs and animated videos, and that is, Simon, what do you think about animated GIFs as decals?
Interesting. Yeah, that's like, I think very, very related to that.
Okay. Ooh, I like this. This is deep. This is from Dapale. Last one was from Dubstepper. Dapale's asking, raise the data store request limit.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. So just a little introduction for everyone else is we introduced this new system to store data for the game. So the between game runs, you'll be able to have some like player experience or inventory or anything like that persisted from one session to another session. And as with every system, there's limits of how much you can use it. And currently we're not limiting how much data you can store, but rather how fast can you upload it or get it from there. So this is like a great request to increase this. I would really like to hear more about kind of your use case. So right now, we're kind of allowing you to do about 10 to 20 events per player per minute. And we thought that's enough for most of the applications. But if you're using something more interesting, please let me know. We're open to increasing this limit. I just want to understand better what kind of stuff do you use. We cannot make it unlimited, obviously.
And a side note for you makers out there, please use it. please use stuff like data stores. It is a huge factor from a gameplay standpoint. We know from experience, we see it from games. If people can persist their state, if they can persist their inventory, progress they've made on stuff, it's huge. Please do it. It's awesome. It makes your game way better.
Okay, I am glad we have Simon here because the kind of developer questions are just pouring in, and like, this is awesome. So Simon, you're on the developer spotlight. Let's first talk multiplayer support for Studio. This is from Carstorm85. There are some plugins that can do this, but they break. Could this be added to the base Studio so it's reliable? I would think that that you could even use some of the code from these plugins. What's your thought on multiplayer Studio?
So this is a great question. This is absolutely a great question. So I think this kind of touches on this big theme of making games together and making places together. And there's a lot of aspects to that. One thing what this question is about is building together in Studio. Yeah. So it's like you can imagine that you're connecting to the same server and each of you has Studio controls and you're kind of building together. That's an interesting thing to figure out. There's a lot of implications about like what does it mean to test? What does it mean to do like play solo on this level? Do you like this instantly becomes multiplayer? How does it work? What does it mean to do undo and redo, right? When multiple people editing. So these are all interesting problems to solve, and we're absolutely looking forward to having something like that. But the collaborative development has a lot of other phases. For example, a lot of the people collaborate on scripts. And when you're doing scripting for the single game, it doesn't make sense to do this in a multiplayer studio manner. I think multiplayer studios works absolutely great for building. For scripting, you more need kind of each of you works on the same script and then pulls to the central repository or something like that. Final one that I think is super important is more of like, if you have a group of people who work and create a game, how do you get distributed tickets on Roblox, or how does this like company interaction works for for multiple people involved in a game? Yeah. And we need to solve all of this, and that's a huge priority for us.
And we're open to suggestions on that particular question on how we want to divvy it up. We have particular thoughts. We've explored it and we'll explore it further with RBX Dev, but please feel free to suggest stuff.
And just following along on this theme, this is an actual little trivia question to be in the super insider early Roblox club, and that is, have you ever, in the early days of Roblox, used Roblox Studio to attach to a live running game and modified the game with Roblox Studio? Because in the early days, we used to allow that. And the creator of a place could actually get in there and cause all kinds of mayhem directly from Roblox Studio. So some of you may remember that. What that highlights, though, is the fact that because we have like this universal client, Studio uses the same code as our client, technically it's very feasible to imagine multiple Studio instances connecting up and replicating.
Right. So if we do this, our own way, we'd have to re-implement it. So it's like you'll connect to the server on Roblox. It's not like you're connecting to each other's machine.
Yeah, great. So Silver Fusion, we'll send this one to Brad and Bill. New website theme looks great. It looks mobile friendly. When are we releasing it?
Very, very soon.
So we're checking it now. Two big things to know is basically we want to make sure it's a good neutral experience for you guys. We know a big element is to make sure we've preserved the key navigational elements so people are using it properly. We like it better. As soon as we feel good that you guys like it at least as well, it's going to go live.
Okay, awesome. From Daniel K Gaming, back to Simon. More tools in Roblox Studio. What's coming? What can we learn? Any more information?
All right. So the big things, the really huge thing that's coming. Please tune in at 12:05. We're gonna go over this. I think you really like this. But if so, there's a lot of very different things that we're adding to Roblox Studio, and even recently. So let me just list a few big things, and there's probably way more. We added a lot of stuff for scripting: IntelliSense, Lua Debugger. We did whole reholing of the UI with Ribbon. And that's just the beginning. There's like way more stuff than this. At the same time, if you want a particular tool, if you feel that like in some particular part of the studio, it's you know, you want to see more, you have some great ideas of how to make all of the building easier, please send us our way. We're regularly looking at all kinds of forums, send private messages, Twitter, anything to reach us. We all really want to hear your ideas.
And then I think to add to that, we do have some ideas that we're not going to be showing today about how to actually make Studio extensible in a way that the plugins and tools that you make start to feel more like first-class pieces of Studio.
Thank you for mentioning that. Plugins is another huge thing.
Yeah, so the giving you an architecture to make plugins feel like first-class plugins, just like they might in some other, you know, in AutoCAD or in Photoshop, I think is also a big thing. Now I'm going to answer one, and there's two questions that I think come together with kind of a technical vision here. One is from Tech Infra 333. What's your thought or idea on gravitational pull within certain areas, i.e. rooms where the gravitational pull is towards a wall? And then there's another one which is from Geico 480, and will there ever be positional fog? Fog that appears in a specific area rather than around the entire game. So the thing that is interesting about both of these questions that I think from kind of an architecture thing is they both need a region kind of thing. How would we build a region? Would we build a new region object? Or is it possible that we would just make a non-colliding transparent part, use that as our region designator, and have little tokens inside of that part that modify gravity or fog within that area? So the whole idea of like a 3D region with some stuff going on, I think very interesting. I think the key, and Simon, you can comment later, is just once again doing it in kind of a universal way that hopefully doesn't add a lot of new objects and stuff.
I absolutely agree. So like this things do come up, and there's a lot of sometimes you want to kind of mark your three-dimensional space with like this region has particular properties, and I think right now the kind of the mainstream way of doing this is to place a part and add some properties to the part, but we need to come up with something that's kind of, you know, works for all of those things.
Okay. Awesome.
I just want to mention that on Hack Week, you know, like every couple of times a year, all of the engineers in Roblox have 1 week to work on whatever they want, and a lot of the product ideas actually come from this. And as you know, like a lot of the features were kind of first done as Hack Week feature. One of the features on Hack Week was the arbitrary gravity in Roblox. Like one of the engineers made this interesting demo where it's like planets and little spheres, and there's like actually gravitational forces.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to tell my producer we're still cranking through those. If you want, send me a new flood. Otherwise, we're going to be in good shape anyways. But if you got a new batch of questions, I think we've gone through about 40, so we're cruising. Okay, nice one. I'm going to answer this one. This is from Forsai. What would you be doing right now if Roblox hadn't existed? And I would be making a Roblox competitive clone product. Okay, great. What is the new F9 thing? Simon, do you have any idea?
Oh, F9? Yeah. F9 is the developer console.
Okay, tell us about it.
So this is one of the things we're doing to make it easier for developers to kind of debug and work on their live games, not in Studio, but when the game is actually running. And when you press F9, you'll see all of the messages, all of the log messages from both client and the server inside the live game. Yeah. It's very easy to see them in Studio, but when you're playing online, this is like the way to see what your game is doing, like to fix all kinds of bugs and stuff like that. So we actually asked a lot of developers, like, what kind of stuff do you want to help you kind of investigate and fix problems in your online games? And developer console was consistently what people want, what people needed. So we made this kind of an integral part of the product.
I want to throw in just one side comment to that. We're going to be offering developers some feedback on other key game variables so you can help improve your game. Stuff like not only about performance, but what people are doing in your game. Are they coming back? Good stuff like that coming soon.
I think it's obvious to say that anything we could give developers feedback that we know, we would like to do it if we could.
Absolutely.
In any shape or format, right. Numbers, graphs, whatever.
Right.
So all of that absolutely we need for you. Okay, this is for Brad. This is from Cthulhu Worshipper. And
Cthulhu.
Okay, got it.
Lord and Master.
So Brad, how are we going to reward builders for making content other than currency gains? Any ideas?
We have some thoughts on that. I think there are a lot of things. Points can help feed into that, but we're looking at different reward structures. For, nothing specific that that we can announce right now. But yes, we do want to incentivize builders. Obviously, we want you to have as many different ways of earning Robux in your game logically and fairly as possible. So we've moved from just having game passes to now having developer products where you can sell consumable items within your games. We've significantly expanded the different ways you can earn Robux, and that's actually how people are, with really popular games, are amassing lots of Robux that they then go and use for developer exchange.
Awesome.
Can I add one little thing to that? I think it's like one other thing that kind of happening in this indirectly is over the recent half a year or maybe a little more, we see the Roblox developer community shaping up. We see that like a lot of developers talk to each other, like share experience, like make tools for each other and stuff like that. And I feel that's like becomes a huge incentive to kind of be part of the community, like feel that you're doing something meaningful. Like a lot of people react to your work, you're learning from each other. So that's kind of another incentive to participate in this. Like it's like there's like this cool crowd of people hanging out, and it's just pleasure to talk with them and be part of this.
Yeah. It's worth noting. Oh, go ahead.
And one more thing to add. Obviously, right now we sort of give you discovery for a lot of people playing your game. We give you discovery for you sinking cash. Another thing we're really focused on that we're actually experimenting with right now is if you have a game that people just really like, helping you get higher sort of invisibility. So if you make a game for the point of builders who are just making something awesome, to help you surface that.
It's worth noting that when it comes as we increase the complexity and the sophistication of what you can create on Roblox, it's actually relatively rare to find somebody who's good at everything. Not everybody is a great builder, or a great scripter, a great map maker, or whatever, but a lot of people are good at one thing. And what we'd ultimately like to see is, when we talk about having a model marketplace or something like that, some people are great at making ads, some people are great at making clothes. There are a lot of things that can be created, and what we want to do is to elevate all of the possibilities, and have the opportunity for anyone who is great at something specific to be able to make that service or product available to the rest of Roblox.
Okay, I'm gonna do one last question, about 5 seconds to start the wrap up. Then I'm gonna turn it over to Brad. This is from Brayderg71. How much do you think Roblox will advance? I would invite you, if you really want to think outside the box as far as what's going to happen someday or may happen, just go watch the movie The Matrix, and there you go. That's how good it could get someday. So check it out if you haven't seen it. And with that, I'm going to go to Brad.
Okay, so this wraps up our first Q&A. Before we come back for the second Q&A, actually in about 45 minutes, Bill is going to be back with some people, and he's going to be talking about some cool new stuff coming around in-game experience. And then Simon's going to be back with a group of our engineers at 12:05 to talk about some really cool product stuff. But before then, we're going to wrap this up now. We're going to come back. Andrew and Alan are going to be talking about our first Twitch gameplay challenge. But before we do that, I want Bright Eyes to join me. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the items that are popping up in the catalog and about tonight's midnight sale. So we'll do that in just a moment. We will be right back.
Awesome.